Welcome to the Biz Kids Podcast. I'm your host, JD Rabali, and this show is where young entrepreneurs, future leaders, and creative thinkers come, learn, grow, and get inspired. This podcast is powered by the Biz Kids Hub, our hands-on training and resource center dedicated to helping kids and teens launch real businesses, develop their confidence, and turn big ideas into action. Whether you're starting out or already making sales, we're here to give you the tools, the tips, the stories that bring business to life. Each week, you'll hear from successful entrepreneurs, industry experts, and even fellow biz kids who are making waves with their ventures. So buckle up because the business journey starts here. Let's dive in. Welcome to the Biz Kids Podcast. Today, we are talking to one of our young entrepreneurs, and we're going to find out about her business and what she does. We're visited with Cassidy. And Cassidy, why don't you give us your 60-second pitch of who you are and what you do?
It's Cassidy Thomas. I sell lemonade. My business name is called Joyful Lemonade, and it has been very successful lately. And just lately, I tried out a new thing called strawberry lemonade, and it has been very successful too. A while ago, with my sister doing the business, we tried Arnold Parnell tea, and it did not turn out very well, but we still made some money, so it was still good. I squeeze lemons for the lemonade. It is freshly squeezed lemonade. And yeah, that's my pitch.
Awesome. Well, Cassidy, and they think you guys started with us about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago when you guys actually started with your very first Biz Kids market. Were you selling lemonade before that? Or were you selling it on your driveway or on the corner or at another school event or anything like that?
It was at another school event I started lemonade, and it was only once a year, so I wanted to do things more often. So then I saw Biz Kids, and I wanted to do that. So
I have to tell the funny story of like when I first met them, and they came to their very first event, and I asked them, how much are you going to sell your lemonade for? And I tell this story to everybody, and they said $7. And I said, what? $7? I thought that was a little high, but I was completely wrong. They had the system down. They cut fresh lemons. They squeezed them right there in front of you. They made the mix. And all day, they had a line at their booth waiting for lemonade. And I think you guys did about $1,000 of sales that day. It did help that it was very hot. It was the 4th of July. But where did you guys, when you first started your lemonade stand, were you selling it for $7 a cup, or did you start off a little lower?
we started off about $6, and then we bumped it up to 7, just because I don't know why, honestly.
Probably the cost of goods, because the one thing that's really different about your business is a lot of kids, they say, hey, I'm going to start a lemonade stand. They go out and they buy some powdery mix and they mix it all up in the water and they put some ice in it and it waters it down. And by the time they get to like the last cup, it's all water and gross. And you guys actually take the time to have fresh lemons there. I know I've seen you run out of lemons and you had to send your dad out to get more lemons and more ice, and you're cutting them, you're squeezing them, and that really makes the difference. And your presentation is great on how you present your business. When you were selling it at the other events, what are some of the lessons you've kind of learned along the way? Like have people said, your lemonade's ever too sweet, or this doesn't have enough sugar, or what are some of the feedback you gotten from other customers?
So, a few customers say that it's better than Chick-fil-A's lemonade.
Wow.
And they say that it tastes just right, and some people want less sugar, and they still give a thumbs up. I don't know.
And that's the great thing about your product is you can actually customize it to your clientele. If they say, hey, can you put a little less sugar in this one? I'd like that. That's good. And then you also offer an option for a refill, What? How do you do the refills?
It's $6, one less than the one because they already have the cups. So the cost of the cups is about $1 for them. So we lowered it down to 6 for the refills because they're not getting another cup.
And then what other products? I know for a while you were selling. You said the Arnold Palmer tea was a one that didn't take off very well, but you also had some other popcorn products and stuff as well. How did those sell with the lemonade?
Got thirsty after the kettle corn, so then they wanted to buy lemonade with the kettle corn. So it was successful too.
And that's the trick of selling drinks is you give people salty treats, and you may even look at giving them samples of the popcorn because now they are thirsty and they need something to drink and they're ready there to buy. Um, so as an entrepreneur, have you tried other products other than lemonade?
She has done other businesses besides Carolyn's Treasures, like Art of Vinyl, things like that. And her businesses were very successful. And my dad, he gave me the idea of doing lemonade. And I thank him for that because I would not be very successful if he did not give me that idea.
And so lemonade, you're making on average, if I remember correctly, you're bringing in cash for the day anywhere from $700 to $1,000. What are you doing with that extra cash? Is it going back into your business? Are you paying your parents as employees to help you get the lemons and help you get all the stuff to a show?
So, some of the money I have to pay to for the new stuff that I bought, I have to pay off that. Um, I try to um give my parents some money, but they say no, and so I can't give them any money. But I tithe a little bit of money, I spend a little money, and I put some money in my bank account.
And I think you guys are great at keeping track of all the dollars that come in so you know what your expenses are. And you also give back. You make sure that your church gets a portion of that. And so that's great that you do your tithe on that as well. I commend you for that. And then, so for the future, what are you looking for your business to do? Like, where do you want to take it next? Do you want to add another product? I heard you say that you're going to add strawberry lemonade as another flavor. What are some other ideas that you've had to kind of expand your sales?
My goal is a food truck, a lemonade food truck, because I've seen videos about people having food trucks, and I feel like I would be very successful in the future, maybe whenever I'm like 16 or something. I feel like I'd be very successful with the food truck, driving around places like the ice cream truck, people getting lemonade. I feel like also for your vendor events, I could just have a food truck right there, and people can go to the food truck.
That's awesome. As a mean father as I was, when my kids were growing up, when I told them the ice cream truck would come through the neighborhood, I said if they're playing music, that means they're out of ice cream. And so they would never chase the ice cream truck because they always thought it was out of ice cream. But that was just me just being a dad. So, um, lemonade, you're adding the different flavors to it as well. What is something you want to do as an adult? Like when you get out of school, have you thought of other business ideas that you can work on? Something you're kind of dreaming for and want to do, or you want to try to take the lemonade business a little more serious when you become college age and move on?
I want to actually have a bakery or like a lemonade, joyful lemonade building in the future. I love to bake, so I feel like it would be very good. Like, for example, tropical smoothie. They have drinks and like lunch. So I want something like that. I can have drinks, but I can also have food, and so people can get lunch, breakfast, maybe even dinner, and some snacks from there. So I feel like that would be very successful too, and I would like that in the future too.
So I don't know if you ever met Casey. Casey was one of our biz kids when we first started the program 8 years ago. I think she was 9 years old or 10 when she started. And she started with a few little bracelets, and then she actually got into baked goods. And now she is a senior in college. She has her LLC. She works out of a commercial kitchen, and she provides cakes, cupcakes for corporate gifts for businesses, and she also provides a coffee shop with her treats so they can sell those in the morning. So you never know where it's gonna lead to, and you have a big future ahead of you. I'm really proud that you got out there. If you've ever been to one of the Biz Kids markets, Cassidy's out there talking to people, telling them about her lemonade, and so she doesn't have any fear of like explaining what she has, and you do a great job at pitching your business. So thank you for being on the Biz Kids podcast. Is there any last words of advice you would give other kids to get out there and start a business?
Yes, if you would like to have a business and you're not sure if you want one, go for it because if you don't, then you'll never know what could happen and you could be successful like me. And if you don't try, then you'll never know if not. So, word of advice, try. If you don't try, then you might fail if you don't try.
Good advice. Well, thank you for being on the Biz Kids podcast, and we're looking forward to seeing you at the next Biz Kids market. We missed you guys at the Biz Kids Expo this year. I know you guys were out of town and couldn't make it to compete, but hopefully next year we can work that out in your schedule where you guys can actually get out there and compete for some of our prize money. If you want to get your kids involved with the Biz Kids, follow us at bizkidsusa.org, and you can find out more information about our product, our programs, and how we can help you get your kids involved with the Biz Kids. Thanks, Cassidy, and we will see you guys on the next episode of the Biz Kids podcast.